Happy Friday. I'm Carissa Wiley from sprinkledwithglitter.com. So happy to be with you here today. I love seeing all you chatting in the comments, and we'll get to some of that in just a moment. First of all, I want to tell you, whether you're watching live or on the replay, I just want to say thank you for being here. I really appreciate you spending your time here. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications, and that way you don't miss any of my paper crafting and card making video tutorials, as well as my live stream broadcasts like we're doing today. So thanks for being here. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. We're going to be creating with some brand new Concord 9th today, and I am so excited to be creating with this release. Some of you, and I've seen some of you mention it in the comments already, may have seen that I've been under the weather this week. I am still just struggling with some pressure in my head, some congestion. I'm feeling so much better. On Sunday and Monday, I was running fevers, which is completely like out of the norm for me. So I'm feeling so much better, but I'm still like not 100%. And I'm hoping that I'm not all medicine head for you guys today, and that we get through a really beautiful project. Though, couple things I want to tell you about that have been going on. Number one, I have a brand new pre-recorded video today. It is part of a video hop for Alta News October release, and you can check that out when we're done here. If you want to, I have a couple of cards for that. The other thing is, if you follow me on Instagram, if you don't follow me on Instagram, you need to follow me on Instagram because I share a lot in my stories. For those of you kind of mentioning in the comments, I shared about my daughter's baby shower that was last weekend. Honestly, I think I just worked myself like so much up for that and did so much for that that my body was like, no more. But if you're following me on Instagram, you may have seen I am now in my Sprinkled with Glitter store offering custom engraved mugs. I have like 20 designs that you can choose from, and you can choose a double-sided mug, which is like the same design on both sides. This is a personalized mug. So this is a holiday design. It says A Thrill of Hope. And a personalized mug has your name on the other side of it. And then there's a single-sided mug too, which just has the design on one side. I have that linked in the YouTube description below, so if you want to go over there and check out that. Kathy just got over COVID. No, I didn't test for it. I just didn't. Anyway, have that linked. That last thing I want to say is, where did I put it? It's right here. I have a giveaway for you guys today. At the end of this live, I will just pick someone randomly from the comments to win this For the Record bundle from Concord 9th. It includes the For the Record stamp set as well as the For the Record die set. This is an oldie but goodie. I mean, it's not super old. It's maybe like 2 years old, but it is such a fun set. And so don't let me forget to give away those at the end. Okay. Yesterday, I did a pre-recorded video over on my YouTube channel, and I walked you through the entire Concord 9th October release, as well as the Christina Warner October 2025 release, which stay tuned for that because I will be creating with that on my blog or on my YouTube channel. But today, I wanted to create with the Concord 9th, and I have to tell you, so popular. The peacock stuff is so popular. Now, there's two kind of peacock things. There's this peacock inlay background and the peacock pattern peacock embossing folder that kind of coordinate together, and that's kind of like a all over card design. And then there's the pretty peacock stamp set, which has a like multi-step stamping and coordinating die set. So it's so much fun. Both of these are so much fun. There are some great examples over on the Concord 9th Instagram channel or Instagram feed with both of these sets. And I'll tell you that there is a really cool card where it just has a couple of these stamped and they're hanging off of a horizontal card. Love that. But today I thought we would create with the patterned peacock inlay die. Are you all good with that? It's Friday. Everybody's in. I'm so glad you're here. Hi, Michael. Michael and I were chatting via Instagram earlier today, and he was telling me he can't wait for my live, and I'm so glad to be here. We were also chatting about some organization stuff, which maybe we can do that as we're creating today. So here is my color palette for today. It is Stardust, Sea Glass, Peacock, because obvi, and then Plumberry and Briar Rose. And I'm not sure that I will use all of these. Like, we may drop off the Briar Rose, but I'm just kind of pulling out a palette for this inlay die today. The inlay die includes the large A2 size cover die, which pops out all of these little peacock feather eyes, like the eyes. And then you also get like this pattern here, which is mimicked in the embossing folder. So there's a lot of ways that you can use these together. And there's this card. Let me see if I can pull it up on my Instagram. I'm getting a ton of text messages right now, which, I mean, right as I'm going live. Let's see if I can pull it up on my Instagram here from Concord 9th. This, let's reduce like our brightness here. Maybe a little bit more brightness. Okay, let's see. Okay, so this card here was so inspiring to me. I think it is absolutely gorgeous. It has like this pattern, of these peacock eyes kind of coming down through that background. I don't know if you can see the background there. And so I kind of wanted to do something similar to this, but I don't want to copy, right? And so today, as I was die cutting, I did a little pre-die cutting. Let me show you what happened when I popped out some of the dies. These were the ones that were left. And I thought, that is like the perfect pattern to do for my card today. Like, it's kind of the center two, and then like one dropped down and two dropped up. I think this is perfect. So we're going to kind of create that, okay? But we're going to do more colors than this is just the Stardust, right? I just snapped that as I was kind of, creating today. So what I've done is I've gone through and I've die cut like so many of these inlay dies. I've die cut it from Stardust, from Peacock, from Briar Rose, from Plumberry, from Sea Glass, and then I have die cut the eyes from a few options, and we're going to decide together what option we want to use. I have champagne foil cardstock from Concord 9th. I have matte gold foil cardstock from Concord 9th. And then I have some champagne glitter cardstock. This is from Pink Fresh Studio. So I'm going to try to kind of put some like together and then nestle one or these in and see what we think. So I have all these cut, and we need to basically make, let's count. The full size ones, we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we need 9 full size eyes. So let me just show you also. This is the quote unquote leftovers of this inlay die that cuts with it, and it fits perfectly on an A2 size card. So this is something that you can use from all of these colors. I have it in the white too, so we could build up some dimension. But the other thing I wanted to show you is when you turn these opposite, so there is a top and there is a bottom, but when you turn these opposite, look at this pattern that you can get by turning these opposite and putting them on an A2 size card. I think that's fun too. Let me put something underneath it. Love the champagne. Yes, the champagne is so much fun. So look at that. That is just a fun and funky pattern that has nothing to do with the peacock that you could totally create with this inlay die. So I think it's fun. I think that would make kind of a fun like masculine card with a couple of blues in there. So just another idea that I was kind of playing with as I was creating. Yeah, I have been a little busy just doing some die cutting in preparation for today because I knew I would need a lot of die cuts and I didn't want you guys to have to watch me walk through. Now, the other part that is a part of this Inlay die set is this die here, which cuts a bunch of those little parts here that do not cut out from this inlay. So those are just like nestled on top. So that's the other thing. And then I thought we would use a sentiment from that pretty peacock stamp set to kind of bring it all together. Now, the reason I did so many whites, and I'm kind of rethinking this now, is I thought I would stack some of these up and then put the colored cardstock on top and create dimension that way. However, if I stack a couple of these up and do dimension, I would need more than just a couple of cardstock layers. So I'm thinking actually of stacking a couple of these up on my card and then adding the pattern in there with foam adhesive instead. So I don't know what you all think of that, but I think it could be a really fun way to kind of use this set. So, all right, have we talked enough? I think we have. Let's start creating. Let's start creating. So I think the easiest way to do this, and I don't think I'm going to use the Pattern Peacock embossing folder, although you could. You could emboss rather than do a few layers of this, but I think I want to do the few layers of cardstock instead. So I think the easiest way to do this, as I'm kind of workshopping this in my head, we need 9 pieces, is to take and start kind of assembling these. And I need like different colored pieces to go in all of these. So we start like doing this and maybe we just adhere them all together on the back side with some foam adhesive. I'm not sure. It might be a trial and error. So I do have cough drops here in case I go into a coughing fit because I'm still at times just having some intense coughing. So hopefully between the water and the cough drops, we'll make it through this with all the talking because I haven't done this much talking all week, quite honestly. Okay, so let's try this. I'm thinking we do like these small bits of foam adhesive. I'm just kind of, like I said, workshopping this as we go. And then we take the foam adhesive, we go on the back side here, and then we have exposed foam adhesive here. We can inlay this smaller piece. Let's get tweezers. Let's be real about this. Tweezers. And I'm trying to stay out of your guys' way here. And we nestle that in. Okay. And then we have our little peacock eye that we could do in gold. But I don't feel like there's a ton of contrast there. Or, okay, come on. And then I see some people are neighbors in the chat, Julie and Elizabeth. That's so fun. Or E. Miller. E. Is E Elizabeth? I don't know. I just made that up in my head. I really like the champagne. Pink Paper and Things says, boo, I'm late. What are we working on today? Concord 9th. And I have links for everything in the YouTube description below. So if all of you are looking for these products, they are linked in the YouTube description. Okay, but here's what I'm thinking. Maybe we do an additional layer of white cardstock. Oh, we can't. Oh, shoot. That's not going to work. Okay, unless I cut it from white. Let's do this. Let's grab this die from that set, and we're going to die cut it from some, like, just Nina cardstock. Not my good Concord 9th white cardstock, but just my Nina cardstock here. So we'll do this. Clearly, I didn't think this through all the way, but that's why we're here together to do it, right? Does anybody have any fun plans for the weekend? I want to hear about all your fun weekend plans. I am going to a women's event tomorrow, so I'll be doing that. Be there all day. It's like an all-day event. I need, this is what I need. My perfect picker tool. Going to a bourbon tasting and then a bonfire at Friends. Fun. Okay, so we have a few of these. I'm going to leave the rest of them in the die because that just makes them easier to find. And then we do a layer of white cardstock right here, but we need to get it on there correctly. So let's not, okay, so go like that. And I think that there should be like a little gap around that. I think it's like that. I'm not sure. Let me look at the Concord 9th, how they did it. I'm looking at that sample again. No, it's lined up with the bottom. So the points all line up right here. Good thing that was liquid glue. I can just slide it down. Okay. So that's that. And then it's Canadian Thanksgiving this weekend. So it's turkey and pumpkin pie for us. How fun. Stephanie has a hair appointment and she's working at church on Sunday. Awesome. Are you excited about your hair appointment, or do you feel like feel about your hair appointment like I feel about mine? I don't love my hair appointments. I'm always like, I could be doing other things. Okay, so that just gives it like a tiny bit of dimension. I don't know if you can see that. And I think that that will be fun. Okay, so let's try putting together. This might take a minute, you guys. This may be a project that takes us a minute, you know? That's not, so what if we do like this? We do like a variety of them, and then we can pick the ones that we want. Okay, so now we need this. And on the back side, I just think this is going to be the easiest way to do this. Put that. We add this. I feel like there should be a little bit more, but we'll put it on in a bit. I put off my hair appointments to a point when I just need to do it. Not my favorite thing in the world. I get that. It's, I know a lot of people love it. It's not my thing. I do it. I schedule them like regularly and I go faithfully, but they're not my favorite. I wonder how long, like my husband doesn't even go to a barber anymore because now he's bald and he just shaves his head with a razor. I'm wondering how long a man's hair appointment actually takes. Much overdue for mine, so I need to get in there and get it done, says Stephanie. Okay, I'm going to put a little more foam on the back of this just because I think it's going to need the support when we get it onto the card. And then we have our single layer of the white, and then we're going to add the champagne on top of it. And I'm thinking we just do like some various colors and we kind of, you know, sprinkle them down. I don't know. Let's do this. Ooh, I'm gonna like this one. I like the Stardust. Stardust is like very much an underrated color in my opinion. It's kind of like it can be a yellow and it can be a green, and I think it goes with a lot of palettes. So if you haven't used your Stardust in a while, this is your reminder to pull out your Stardust and use it. I'm cross-stitching an apple pie baking this weekend. Oh my goodness, apple pie sounds amazing. I've never actually made a pie. Well, I mean, I've made pies, but not like a from scratch pie, you know? You can hear my little running nose causing me issues as I look down to do all of this. I don't know that I love that purple in there. Let's try the light blue. Okay, we need 9 of these. So we're just gonna, like I said, I die cut a bunch and we're just gonna put a bunch together and then we'll see how we can arrange it. Coloring hair is a commitment. I don't do all over color, so I could actually stop at any time. But I am starting to get the telltale signs of being a little bit more mature. That's for sure. Making, oh, pumpkin bread. That sounds amazing. I want pumpkin bread. I want all the things you guys are baking. It's still pretty warm. It's much nicer than it was here in California. Like a couple weeks ago, we were all here together, and of course, it was still very warm, but it's much nicer than it was. Let me see what the weather says today. It says it's 76 with a high of 81. So pretty good here. I'm not complaining about that. Let's do a couple purples and see if we can find something that we like, or if we're just going to use the purple with the blues in the inner part. So let me see. I don't know if I love the purples. I think it's like too much purple. And so what I'm thinking is maybe we do this and we put this. Okay, I like this better. How do we feel about this? And then maybe we do this one with this. And let's do a Briar rose. Excuse my sniffles with that. Okay, we'll do a couple like that. So we have 2, 4, 6. Yeah, I think we can do this. This set is so unique. I know, it's so much fun. It's like it's like doing puzzles, you know, the inlay situation. But you don't have to do the whole background, you know, inlay, which is kind of what we're doing today. We're just doing a modified inlay where we don't have to do like the entire A2, but you could do the entire A2. It'd be a lot of fun in a lot of different colors. I had some inks pulled out too, and I thought maybe we'll do some ink blending on some of them, but I think this is a nice clean look like this. I don't think it needs the ink blending, but if you wanted to take and blend a little bit of the Plumberry on to the Briar rose and a little bit of the Peacock onto the sea glass, I think that could be really pretty too. Okay, so let's do that. And then of course we're stacking up that eye, or the center of the eye, with a additional layer of white cardstock here. You guys are using your fireplaces? My goodness. I am like really, really craving some fall feelings here in California. I'm not gonna lie. I would love for it to feel a little more fallish. Okay, I'm liking the purple. Let's do champagne. I think this champagne is a great, like, compromise. It's still kind of gold, but it's a little bit less brassy. And so it's a little more subdued. And I like it. I like it. I like it. I wanted to bring this back up and look at something. Okay, yes, I'm doing these correct. Okay, so we have 2, 4, 6. I really like let's do 7, 8, 9. Okay, because remember we need 9 full-size ones, and then we need the side ones. So I need to pull up my picture that I took, and we're gonna have to find like the little half ones that go on the side. And that's gonna be kind of a pain, I think. And maybe for this, maybe for these, should we wait and put the centers in? I don't know. We're just gonna go for it. Catherine, hi Color Combo Queen, late but here. I'm glad you're here. We are kind of just, I feel like we're just getting started. We haven't really started assembling anything. Well, we've started assembling some peacock feather eyes using the Concord 9th, what's it called? Pattern Peacock Inlay die. Okay, so let's do yellow, yellow, yellow. No, we can't do yellow here. Let's do this blue here. And let's do the Stardust. Maybe we need more purple. I don't know. We might have to put another one together. Let's do a purple one, and then we might have to. Fall sounds lovely. Looks like a lot of work. It's really not, Lee. It's really not. It's kind of relaxing. I'm chatting the whole time, and I'm just thinking out loud. I did a little die cutting before, and then we're just adding some pieces together, and then we're gonna actually, this is the kind of end of it, of these individual pieces. And then we'll start putting them together on the card and see what we like. Have a few more here, little white pieces. I am doing some extra things, which you could totally skip, like the extra layer of white cardstock behind the champagne, but it's really not taking that much additional time to do that. So, all right, so we have those. Now let's do the champagne layer on top. And I have these all kind of sorted out in little containers from scrapbook.com. I have a ton of these containers. Okay. There we go. Okay, so we have our 9. Let's get these. Tomorrow I'm having a crafty day at my house, and my bestie and niece, we are creating with the Tim Holtz Stamped Timber Technique Workshop live class. That's fun. Last piece of summer. Yeah, it does still feel like summer here in California too. Okay, so this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we have these 3 stacked up. I think this is going to be so pretty. And then we're going to fill in these 2 here. So these 2 rows. So maybe we do this. I'm just kind of trying to get an idea of what we want to do. And then maybe we go here. And this is the hard part, is like figuring out where everything goes, right? And then I don't like those 3 all together, so maybe we just flip these. And then we have this one here, and this one here, and then we have our little side pieces. These 2 need to flip. Okay, we're going to run into like, okay, they're all running into each other. Okay, maybe something like that. I think that's good. Actually, I'm fine with that. And then we'll have our little side pieces that go in. So we need like the half piece here, the half piece here, and the half piece here. That's it. It reminds me of Connect 4. I know, it's like, don't let them all touch, but I think this is good. I think this is good. And then we have that on there. We could die cut this an additional time in some champagne, but that would be a lot of shine. I'm not sure I kind of want that much shine. Let's find half pieces. So let's see, half piece, let's do a dark half piece here. So we would have that one. Let's see, I think this one actually goes here. Other side. This is the part that I probably should have kept them a little more organized, but I did not. And so this is the part that will be kind of silly to dig these out. Okay, that one. Like that. And then let's do another one of the dark there. Let's see, that's the wrong side. This is the part where I should have kept them a little more sorted, because the side pieces, let's see. Oh, there it is. Perfect. And let's do the yellow side piece here. So, will it be on the first try? It will be. Okay, so this is what I'm thinking, and we'll put the eyes in those. I think it's fun. And then we have like a thing. We have like a sentiment moment there. We could put color on the top of this also. That's another option. Ooh, that's really pretty with the color on it. Okay, maybe we do something like this. Okay. So we have the pieces that we need. I'm going to take a picture of this because I will totally forget how I had them. And then we'll be like, what? What did we do? Or, okay. I feel like this is where my medicine head is going to get to me, you guys, because I'm just not going to do things in the right way. But we have them all here. We're good. Let's glue these together first, okay? Looking pretty. I know it is such a beautiful set. And like I said, I think there's a lot of different ways that you could use it. You could even make an impression with this die onto your card front, which would be a lot of fun too. Maybe I'll do that. And then I'll have like that stitched pattern on the card front as well. I think that could work really nicely. All right, lots of glue here to get all this together. Okay, let's do this. Lay that on top. We're just building up our dimension for our background. So elegant. Thank you. I know it's a fun set for that purpose. I'm sorry for the sniffles, you guys. I have no tissue in here. And so I'm just going to be a little bit sniffly as I'm still recovering. All right. I haven't been, honestly, in the craft room a whole lot this week. I've been in here a little bit, like, I think it was Wednesday. I've been in here yesterday, not so much. I was supposed to be working at the hospital and ended up getting docked. So they didn't need me. They didn't have enough patients to bring me in. And so I got docked. So I was home yesterday and I ran to like sprouts and stuff like that. Medicine head is the worst. I know. It's all like you're floating away. Okay, let's put that on top. And let's, I'm just going to stick my pin in my glue. And let's take this inlay. I'm wondering if we do this on ivory. So we could do this on an ivory card base. Ooh, I kind of like that. Okay, this is what we're going to do. Decision made. Okay, I'm going to make an impression with this. So I am going to line up this A2 cover plate with my card base. Then I'm going to take the silicone mat that comes with the Anna Griffin Empress, and your die cut machine will likely show you how to make an impression with a die in the sandwich like guide. Okay, so this is for the Anna Griffin Empress. Taking this silicone mat, I'm going to place this right on there. I'm going to add my second A plate, trying to make sure that I don't move that at all, which I just did. So we're going to just realign that and place that on top. And then I'm going to run this through my die cut machine, just like this. So instead of cutting, it will make an impression. Oh, you know what? Sandy's like, make sure it's the correct way up. And I totally did not, but can you see that? I mean, that is gorgeous on its own. And the way that I'm going to fix this, because Sandy was right, I was not paying attention to orientation, but easy enough. We just make it a card front. So we take out our trimmer, we line it up at 4 1/4. We trim it down, and we'll just glue it to our card base. All right, that was an easy fix, right? So this will then go here over the top of that impressed pattern. Isn't that beautiful? Oh my gosh. Can you see this? I just think on its own, just the impression of that is gorgeous. I mean, leave it like that and you're good to go. But we're going to do this. We're going to carry out the plan. So we're going to take our glue and put it on the back of our stacked up white die cuts. I like to hit like the parts where everything intersects, and then the highs and the lows is what I call it. Like the top and the bottom of things to make sure that we get a good, adherence to our card front. It's not a base now because I didn't put it the right way, as Sandy tried to warn me. And I was just too quick. And then we're going to line this up with the impressed part of the plate. So we're just getting that lined up. And I'm looking to make sure that we're all good there. Okay, so now we're here. Question, I see you're using Barely Art glue. Do you prefer that over all the other liquid glue choices? Out of the ones I've tried, Melanie, yes. I have not tried them all, but out of the ones I've tried, the Barely Art has been like my favorite. So, okay, I am losing bandwidth, so need you off now. So I may freeze here. Let's see what's happening. Yep. Okay, give me just a minute, guys. Hang in there with me. I see that we're frozen. Oh, I don't know why. Okay, I know we're frozen. I'm pausing. Let's see. Hopefully we'll be coming back here. Are we back? Are we back? I don't know. Let me see. Hold on. Oh my goodness. Let's see. No, it's me, you guys. Okay, you're back. I don't know what's back and what's not. Let's see. Okay, are we good? We are back. Okay. Yes, we are in the green again. Oh my goodness. I don't know what just happened. Apologize. We are back. I didn't do anything. I saw that we were kind of losing our bandwidth, and so I paused. It's good now. Good. Unfrozen. All of you guys, we did nothing. See, I just ended with adding this on. Didn't freeze for you. Oh, interesting, Laura. Okay, awesome. Okay, so this had a minute while I figured all that out to kind of sit there and glue up. And now I'm going to pull up the picture that I took earlier, and I'm going to start arranging these. So these are going to be the 2 rows, but we have one that pops up. So we're going to do this one here. We're going to I'm going to put some glue on the back of these. I think it's fixed. Yay. Yeah, I see that. It's better now. And so we're going to do this. Sorry about that, you guys. I really have been trying to do some research on what's causing all this. And I don't have a lot of internet options where I live because I live in kind of a rural area. So I don't know if it's like my internet service provider or what. Okay. So these are going to pop up beyond the back. Thank you guys for all your patience. I really appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. Okay, so I remember that picture I took earlier where I was like, I'm going to take a picture of this so I can remember how all of these were kind of laid into the background. I'm just looking at that now and I'm adding my pieces back in. Marisha says, I'm loving the colors. These are perfect peacock colors. And I just brought in a little bit of purple here and there to kind of give me that true peacock look. And I'm just following along here. This is going to be striking. I know this will be a great, it's kind of an any occasion card. Like you could do this for a lot of different occasions, and we'll have to figure out what kind of sentiment we want to put on this. All right, so just popping these in. Okay, love it. I'm loving this. It's not your fault. It comes back. Yeah, I wish I could keep it from happening though. It stresses me out, honestly. I hate it. I hate it. Okay. Let's see. This one is here. Okay, and then according to my picture, this one is also here. I kind of feel like I maybe need to remake this one. But let's see. Let's see what happens here. Let's put, so for these little side halvesy ones, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put the foam adhesive directly onto the card front. Just like this. And I'll have this where I can place my pieces on it. And then this one will go over here. I feel like we maybe need to do another light one there. I mean, this is the one I had there originally. I don't know, we'll see. White on white, the background could be a beautiful wedding card. I agree. So pretty. I really do feel like there's a lot of different opportunities to use this for a variety of occasions and such. I feel like I have to have bigger pieces here. These are not big enough. I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to trim it, I think. So let's do that, and then we'll cut off the excess. Oh, my scissors need a good cleaning. Have you ever seen the Indian wedding? Indian, not Native American. I saw one once and there was such rich colors. The men all had peacock feathers pinned to their suit lapel. That sounds beautiful. And yes, I have seen photos of Indian weddings and they do a lot of rich jewel tones. It's so beautiful. And I could see how this, I would love to see the peacock feathers pinned to their lapels. I think that's probably really beautiful, like a beautiful way to bring those in to a wedding. Okay, I needed bigger pieces, you guys. It wasn't big enough to hold like the small parts that were coming up. So we're gonna do this. Thanks for hanging in there with me. Love the colors. Thank you. Okay, let's see if we need any trim here. Just a little there. And then we'll do this. Okay, get you on there where you're supposed to be. Okay, this one is not the right one. This one is the right one. Place that there. Okay, now we have the openings here with the foam in them that we can place them in. So I'm thinking, let's do, did I do any, I'm trying to think here, dark blue with the light blue? Oh boy, we have to find the halvesies of these too. Okay, that was easy. So let's do this. And let's do a purple here. So halvesy purple. And I have enough that I could really make more of these cards. That is not the halvesy I'm looking for. Halvesy purple. Donde? Let's see. Here it is. Here it is. That's exactly the one I needed right there. This is not as clean as I would like it to be. Let's fix that. Probably a little liquid glue would be my friend here where I could slide it over a little bit easier. Okay, and then on this one, let's do, let's do a dark blue. And I have it right here. Nope, JK. Dark blue, halvesy. This one, yeah, got it. Okay, and we'll put the eyes on those in just a second, but let's figure out what we want to do here, because I could do this one, but I don't know that I love all of those darks together, can do this one. I think it needs to be that color. Okay, so we're gonna do that. Let's just put some foam here. We'll just do it the same way and we'll just assemble it in the opening, right? Melissa says, I'm liking this a whole lot. Thank you. I'm liking it too. I think it's really elegant. This could be just on its own. Okay, let's put you here. Let's go with, I'm thinking there's enough dark blue or light blue with the purple around this one, so we'll do the dark blue here. Yeah, I think that's pretty. Now we'll just do this guy with the white and the champagne. Let's do this white. And then the champagne on top. My little glue bottle sounds like my nose. All right. Put that there. Oh, that's so pretty. Now the interesting part about these is that there's no halvesy ones. So I think we just have to put them on here and then trim them off. My scissors are very sticky. Now I think the other peacock set that is in this release is going to be so much fun. If you are not into the inlay, then the other one is all stamping. And I think that will be a lot of fun. You could bring these colors over to that stamp set and create with that, and that would be a lot of fun as well. Okay, so let's get that on there, and then we'll get the champagne layer on top, and then we'll trim these all off the side. You guys are quiet unless my thing is stuck. Didn't know I'd love the peacock so much. It is really just such a fun, it's a very graphic look too. So very fun to play with in different ways. All right. Okay, so now we have our halvesies done. We have that embossed background, which is so pretty. We could do the color on top. I don't know, I think it kind of takes away. It's a gorgeous card, but not of work too. Like for a very special person to gift. It wouldn't be one that you would mass produce, that's for sure. But I think if you wanted to mass produce, this impression is a great way to use this die to mass produce cards. Using the holesies, the holesies and the halvesies. Okay, I came in a bit light. Why the white piece and then the champagne? It's just adding a little bit of dimension to it. That's all. Just to add dimension. Okay, these definitely have to dry before I trim them off, or we're running into issues. So we're going to let these marinate, okay? And then what we're going to do is we're going to grab, I have like foam backers everywhere. Let's grab, while that marinates, because I want those to dry before I trim them, because they're sliding off. Yes, a jewel in the center of those would be a lot of fun. Let's grab the peacock, the pretty peacock stamp set. Question, was your embossing with the rubber mat, like the press plate. Yes, and I showed that here. We did it. So after the live's over, if you want to go back and rewatch that portion, I showed how to do it. So you would just make an impression with a die, whatever your die cut machine says to do for that. We have always here for you, so proud of you, or have a beautiful day. I think I'm going to do this have a beautiful day. And I'll use the, could be a mermaid card, absolutely. It just gives it a little bit of depth on there. We have a lot of different like textures and dimensions happening. So that's all that the extra piece of white cardstock is. Okay, let's grab this. So this is the stamp set that I was telling you about. If you're not into the inlay, but you're loving the peacock and the colors, this you can stamp. It's like multi-step stamping and create a beautiful peacock. You can do just the tail or you can do the little body as well. And I'm thinking maybe I'm going to try this on white cardstock. If I don't love the white cardstock, then we can do it on like embossed on a colored piece of cardstock, but I'm going to try this with Plumberry ink on white cardstock and see if we like that. So let's do this. We're actually, you guys, I talked for probably almost 10 minutes at the beginning of this. And so this card has really not taken that long. We're an hour in right now and we're basically like in the very home stretch of this. Okay, so let's try this. And I need to move the silicone mat off. And do this. Okay, so I'm lining up that banner die with the sentiment that I stamped, creating eye candy. I've been using the sticky mat for months. I guess I wasn't focused. Okay. So this would be like somewhere in there. I like that there's color in it. I don't know that I love the white, and so I'm going to try to do something else. I'm going to grab a scrap of vellum and let's do heat embossing in, I did not link this, but we've used it here before. Platinum embossing powder from Altenew is a great match for the champagne cardstock from Concord 9th. Question, are you teaching in any upcoming online classes? The next class that I will teach at will be next year. So I am not teaching any for the remainder of 2025, but I have a couple booked already for next year. So when I can make announcements about those, I will. I just can't jump the gun on the announcements. Rainbow peacock panel. That sounds fun. Okay, let's stamp this in Versamark ink onto the vellum. Then we're going to grab, this is the Altenew Platinum Embossing Powder. It is a great match for the champagne cardstock. We're going to grab a little scrap piece. Briar Rose, maybe. I don't think I want it to be like that much purple. If I went with a colored cardstock, I would be more inclined to probably go with the peacock color, just so that the purple doesn't become too overwhelming. But we'll try this and we'll see what we think. I don't want, I think, a big block of purple. which if I did the purple cardstock, the stamped purple is nice because it's not a big block of purple, but if I brought in a big block of purple, like in the cardstock itself, I think it could be really distracting. Okay, so I'm gonna allow this to heat up. And then I am going to just heat this from the back side until it melts. This may not be enough contrast, so like I said, I would be more apt to bring in the blue again rather than bring in a big block of purple. So we have that. It's really pretty and elegant. And now we'll grab our plates again. Let's try to die cut this and see if we like it or not. Okay. Hard to see on that magnetic sheet there. I picked up the platinum powder last week to match the champagne cardstock. Thanks for the tip. Awesome. Okay, so we have this, which is really pretty, but also it's just like kind of fading into the background a little bit. I think we're gonna try one more thing here. We're gonna try, let's see. Let's try it on here. One more. I don't always know. These are like, these to me, the detail pieces are always the hardest to figure out. Like, what do I want to do here? And why do I want to do it? Right? What about offset shadow with champagne cardstock? I could try that. Yeah. Okay, let's do this. Let's see what this one looks like. And let's heat set this. You make me want things that I first totally dismissed. Honestly, I thought this would be one of the most popular ones, and I haven't like looked. I mean, I don't know what is selling well and all of that, but I don't know what's selling well, but I have to tell you, I thought everybody would love this set, and I'm surprised more of you hadn't picked it up already. I like the anchoring of the darker color, says Laura. Yeah, let's try this. Yeah, I think the purple, like, it could be a lot. It could be a lot of purple. Let's just do this and see where we end up. This was not the most beautiful of heat embossed sentiments, but it will tell us what we need to know. And that is, what do we want to do for a sentiment? And honestly, I don't know that any of these are my 100% favorite. Let me grab some champagne cardstock and we'll try an offset. We could do that. We could try a slight purple offset, which would give us a little more of the purple, but it wouldn't be like a huge block of purple. So I might be able to convince myself that I like that. Let's do this. It's just that, finishing it off. That's always like the hardest part. Don't forget, I have a giveaway for all of you. What if you just back the banner strip with colored cardstock? I might do that, yeah. We're gonna try a couple of things here. We could do this. We could do this. I love the vellum. I just feel like it's getting lost. Margie says you make me see things differently. Oh, awesome. That means hopefully I interpret that as a little bit of inspiration, and I love that. I want you all to leave here inspired. maybe feeling a little more joy, a little more light. I hope this is always just, you know, like a fun part of your week and day. I'm thinking maybe we go like this. Okay. This is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we use the white and we have an offset of both champagne and purple like this. Let me zoom you guys in just a little so that you can see what I'm thinking here. Like a little bit of offset. Let's try this. This is like a little different. So let's put like a little bit of liquid glue here and a little bit of liquid glue here. We're gonna do like a weird little offset. We'll do like a teensy bit of purple coming out. Why don't you try on the last line with the one color? I don't know. You definitely inspire me. I create color swatches and combo swatch based on the video I watch on YouTube. Awesome. Okay, so we're gonna do this. We're gonna set it off just a little. So we have like this, excuse me. So like that. And then we can put it kind of right here-ish or right there. I'm liking that. Okay, I think this is it. I think this is the one. I think I found the one. Say yes to the dress. Say yes to the sentiment, right? I'm saying yes to the sentiment. All right, let's do this. And that's it. That's everybody's like, yes, that's it. I know, right? When you know, you know. Okay, I'm thinking there. Just like that. Maybe go a tiny bit higher so you can see the purple happening here. Okay. We're going to call it like that. I'm so glad we embossed this panel. I think that is the coolest look. Okay, we should be dry enough to do this now. We are. We are dry enough. This one is being a pain. Okay. I did notice I'm slightly off up here, so we're gonna just trim those down. Just like that. Okay. Now, I think we need some shine. This will go on just a white card base because, you know, this is the color. We could put, I'm kind of, well, I would have to pull this up to do it. I'm kind of back and forth on adding color to the top of this. I feel like it's so distracting, but I don't know that I'm loving the white on here. So anyway, let's just put a pin in that for just a second. And then I feel like we do need something sparkly on here. Love the embossing. The embossing was for sure the right move. I love that we have that pattern kind of repeating. I don't know. What are you guys feeling about this situation here? Do we go over it with a color? I honestly could do the champagne, but I just feel like it's too much champagne. I don't know. I kind of like it like that. All right, let's do this. You guys can throw out your thoughts on the overall situation here while I strategically place these so that if we decide to put a different layer on top, that we could still do it. Okay? This, go, 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 go. Love the white. Okay, you guys are loving the white, so let's leave it white. Okay. I'm thinking just a few little sprinkles to bring the eye to here. So we have like one here, one here, one here. We're gonna go a little bit more condensed there and kind of bring it through the center of this grouping that we have here. So we're kind of following the line of the grouping. This guy needs to be traded out for something smaller and kind of come down here. So we're kind of moving the embellishments throughout that as well. Love it. White makes the color stand out. Maybe matte gold overlay. Well, if I brought in the matte gold, it would be a whole different color than what we've used throughout. So it would be matte champagne if anything, and I just feel like that's going to overwhelm everything that's happening here. And so let's do this. And okay. Stay. Okay, I love those. I'm digging this. Okay, I'm feeling okay about this now. I don't think I want to put anything over it. You always have trouble placing gems. I do them in groups of 3. I do them kind of like triangles. I don't know if you can see this, but I have a triangle here. So you go boop, 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 different sizes. And then I have another triangle here. It's boop, boop, boop. And then I have a single one right there. So it's just kind of bringing that sparkle to the card. Lee says, I don't usually use bling. Well, this is one of those cards where you can use it or not. And I think both ways it looks really beautiful. Let's get a card base and put this on, and then I will let you guys go and enjoy your weekend. I will be back. I will be live on the Pink Fresh Studio YouTube channel next week. I will be running some mugs on Monday morning. So if you want to get your order in for a mug, I would get it in this afternoon to get run on Monday. See. And I'm thinking of releasing some crafty sayings designs to go on the mugs as well, which I think would be a lot of fun. A lot of them are holiday and faith-based right now, but I'm thinking of kind of adding in a crafty section of designs, which I think would be fun. So if you have suggestions for like crafty sayings that you would want on a mug, drop the send them to me on Instagram, because I think they'll get lost here in the comments, and I don't want them to get lost. So just message me on Instagram. Let's do this with a little bit of tape runner. So I'm just gonna use, this is an Altenew tape runner. I'm gonna go all the way around because we're edge to edge on this design. And I honestly, I know people have asked me before, I use liquid glue for a lot of things. I do not love liquid glue for a full card front. It is just not my preference. Okay, we're gonna line that up. We're gonna put that down. And now we have our card. Isn't that pretty? I think this is so pretty. Love it so, so much. Love that little bit of shine there with that champagne foil. And I think this was the right call. I think, you know, it took us a minute to get there on the sentiment, but I think it ended up exactly where I want it and I love it. So hopefully you all enjoyed that. You were inspired maybe by the colors, maybe by the technique. I'm not real sure. I know a lot of you are like, I'm rethinking this peacock thing. It's really beautiful. And as I mentioned, if inlay is not your thing, you could take these same colors and apply them to this stamp set, which I think is absolutely beautiful. And you can even add some details to this with the die set, which has like the stitching and that sort of thing. So I think there's a lot of ways that you can mix and match this pretty peacock stamp and dies instead of using the inlay, and you get that kind of same feeling where you can use it for a lot of different things. But I just wanted to play with this inlay. Honestly, I thought a lot of you would have this already and you're saying, I didn't pick it up and now I'm rethinking. So let's go back to the face cam, and I just want to say thank you all. I am going to do my giveaway here in just a moment. So I will randomly pick a winner from the chat over there. If you're watching on replay, I want to say thank you. I'm so glad you're watching. I hope you enjoyed this too. I hope you got a little bit of light, a little bit of inspiration, and a little bit of joy from this. We're sad you couldn't join us live, and hopefully you'll be able to join us live. I do know I will be live next week on Friday at 1 p.m. and I have a special offer for you during that live stream as well. So Tuesday for sure on the Pink Fresh Studio channel, Friday for sure here, and if I add any more, I will let you know on Instagram. So for the winner, I do need you to be in the United States. So hopefully we pick someone that's in the United States, because I have to tell you, I went and mailed a card a couple weeks ago to someone overseas, and it's just ridiculous, the forms that you have to fill out. So anyway, I'm going to close my eyes and I'm going to just scroll up, and let's see. We have Christine T. You are the winner of the For the Record bundle. And I see that you just commented just a moment ago. Christine, are you in the US? Because I can't ship internationally with this. They are like crazy. Margie says, feel better quickly. Thank you so much. I am doing my best to rest, but I do not sit still very well. And so I think maybe I'm having a hard time like completely kicking this, because I just don't sit still very well. And there's so many things to do, you know? Christine, are you here? Are you here? I'm waiting for you to answer me in the chat. You are going to email me, Carissa@sprinkledwithglitter.com, and send me your mailing address, and I will get your package emailed or sent out to you, emailed out to you. Wouldn't that be nice if we could just email stamps and dies? It'd be so much easier, right? I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. As I've mentioned before, if you have not already, make sure you are subscribed to my channel. Oh, yay, Christine's here and in the US. Awesome. That's perfect. So email me, Christine. I hope you all have a wonderful, amazing weekend. I hope you get some crafty time. I know a couple of you are attending a holiday event for Pink Fresh this weekend, I think I saw. So have a wonderful time with that. I will be at a ladies event tomorrow and at church on Sunday, and hopefully I'll get some rest in the meantime. As always, you guys are the best. It's been fun hanging out and chatting with you. And until next time, I hope you have a fabulous day. Thanks so much for stopping by and hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed this project. If you did, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe and turn on the notifications here on my YouTube channel so you don't miss any of my card making and paper crafting video tutorials. Thanks again, and until next time, I hope you have a fabulous day.